Well, I'd agree. I think it was our best. And like I told the guys, it was probably our best defensive game of the year. And we still have room to improve because obviously our rebounding was our biggest Achilles heel tonight. And our rebounding was the best thing we did last Saturday. So it's still a consistency thing, but I was really proud of our guys. This game really scared me. I really have a lot of respect for Irvine. I think they're just a really balanced team, and they have veterans, and they play well together. And this was a big win for us tonight. And but we shot 56% because we played good defense. If we defend like that, we're shooting lanes and dunks at the other end because we're just in our whole. I've been telling them since the first day of practice, this team's identity has to be stops, boards, and break. And the problem is we haven't gotten stops like that, and rebounds to get out and go. But when we got stops and boards in the second half, we were off and going, and we're going to shoot a high percentage if we defend like that.
Dan, it was 52-48, I believe, with 10 minutes to go. What was what impressed you the most with the final 10 minutes of your game?
Defensively, again, I think we got we charted, but I think we got in that stretch. I think we got five stops out of 6 plays, and we're able to break it open defensively. I thought Keala King had his most focused game defensively, on Starring. Starring's a load. I mean, he's an awful good player, and Keala, has a talent, just a tendency just to rely on his talent. And tonight he had a focus, and I really challenged him this morning. I didn't think he was very focused at shoot around, and he proved me wrong tonight. He was ready to go, I thought he had his best all around game. So.
Coach, what did you think about James Ennis the second half?
Well, James is, as I said he's a senior, and I told him at halftime, seniors have been through this. You've had bad first halves before. You've had foul trouble before. You've been out of rhythm before. You got to go out. They're going to try to bounce it at you and get that 4th foul, and you have to understand that if you're tentative, that's when you get into trouble. You can't. His 3rd foul really disappointed me because you trust a senior to go back in with 2 fouls. And it's one thing, if it's an unavoidable foul, and he gets in the wrong position or whatever, but it was a reach foul, and he can't reach when he's got 2 fouls. And yet, he came like a senior leader in the second half, and he was very active with 3 fouls, which I was worried about, and I think, like any player, a couple shots go in, and that kind of helps, and that, he had a couple shots fall, and all of a sudden he was out being back to normal.
Dan, comment on Dan Jennings' performance?
Well, I told the kids today, I said, I'll bet you Dan plays well because he had, I think, last Saturday being gone helped him refocus, and I thought that he had 4 great practices this week, and he just, I think, again, as he said it was, this week, hopefully got him back to where he wants to be mentally, and when his mind is right physically, he's very gifted, and I just thought he had great energy today. We good?
I just had one other comment,
sure.
Coach. A couple of guys that really had key roles, I thought, Chris Gully and Richardson.
Absolutely. I thought Chris Gully, I was really pleased for him because he hasn't pouted, and we've been playing dang ahead of him, and he didn't go in until there was just a couple minutes left in the half, and he had 3 shots I thought really lifted us offensively, and then Kyle to be able to just come in and spell Dan and be so. He had a great focus defensively at our game plan. I don't think he made a defensive mistake, and even had a good post move in there and a tip in. So I think your bench gets really underrated. But not only did I think it was our best defensive game of the year, I thought it was our best contribution off the bench. And you look at what do we have? 28 bench points. Papa George, is back to his role from last year. It's obviously quite a bit more, but I just think our bench, you know, we didn't get Deng in rhythm tonight, but the rest of the bench I thought really contributed. And it started with those two, as you said, and Papa George.
Thank you.
Yep. Thanks.
Any other questions?
Thanks.